It's the second night of the blind auditions and I hope not to forget anybody tonight, but if I do, please forgive me. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc.com, coming to you with your no frills, the voice commentary from a singer. Yes, sorry, we're on the second night of the blind auditions. What did you guys think of the first night? You didn't really tell me down in the comments and stuff like that. Make sure to tell me what you thought and who are your favorite people so far. Okay, we got right into it with Blind Joe. He was 32. He did If It Hadn't Been for Love by the SteelDrivers. And the boys know they are not right for this, baby. I was choking up before he even got on stage. He had such a, he was blind, he had such a great story, he was so uplifting. Then he played the guitar like it was a slide guitar, right? And he had a voice that just rang out through the place, so pure with a nice twang. Blake turned for him first and then Adam. And what a guy he was. Gwen and Pharrell turned at the very last minute. Great personality and outlook and voice, and just, I was just coming all choked up, you know what I'm saying? Pharrell called him original. Gwen said his performance was honest and raw and it took her back to her childhood. Blake offered to introduce him to Nashville and Joe chose Blake and all the coaches went to give him a hug. Next was Ivonne Acero. She was 17. She did Style by Taylor Swift and she's a returning contestant who didn't get a chair to turn but got Gwen and Pharrell to turn immediately when she started singing. And she was more relaxed and comfortable on stage this time, sounding more relaxed and not such a tight hold on the mic, and when she opened up with a big note there was emotion and clarity in her voice. Good audition. Blake remembered her as soon as he turned around. Pharrell mentioned her control. Gwen called it creative and said she made it her own, and Yvonne chose Pharrell because he seemed like a kind and humble person. Then we had Gage Navarro. He was 21. He did Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by Cage the Elephant. And he had a pretty good sound and was very confident. The coaches were taking their time listening to him but didn't get a chair to turn. Gwen said he was almost like a rapper. Adam said he heard a bit of Sublime in there. And Gwen said she didn't feel any story in his song. And Pharrell advised him to come back. And I felt kind of the same way. I was like, it was pretty good. It was okay. But there was just something lacking in it. So yeah, he's just come back and put some oomph. Like Adam said, put some oomph in it. Put some of himself in the song. Regina Love was up next. She was 51. She did Rock Steady by Aretha Franklin. And Evander Holyfield was there for her interview because he signed her originally to his label, his independent label, to support her. And I was like, okay, so she's been signed already, so what's up? So she came out hard and strong with a major squall in her throat. You could tell she was a gospel singer. The coaches took a little time, but Adam and Blake turned for her while she was working the crowd, doing her thing. Rock steady, baby. I really enjoyed her performance. I thought there was more in there, but we will get to see more of her. Gwen said it was unbelievable that a voice like that could come out of a human being. Adam said it would be a crime if that voice wasn't on this stage. And Regina chose Adam because he took her to places she's never gone before. Seabaugh was next. He was 16. He did Take Your Time by Sam Hunt. And this started out a little strange. Him singing was, I don't know if it was off or if that's the way the song goes, but it didn't sound right. But he had a nice soothing tone. He hit his stride in the more melodic part of the song. He may have been a little nervous and unsure of himself, but there was definitely a lot of talent there. Blake and Pharrell turned first and then Adam. Gwen said she was shocked by his performance and said he looks like a man because he was 16 years old. You know, he looked like a grown man. Adam asked him if he's Superman and called his voice seasoned. Blake said he rattled the room, and Zach chose Blake because of his country roots and all he has to offer. Next we had McKeel. He was 20. He did Typical by Mutemath, and this came on strong, and I think it startled Gwen when the music started. You can see he got a jump when the music started. He had a great stage presence and a nice intensity and focus. Blake turned for him first and started rocking out, and then Adam and Pharrell turned, and finally Gwen chimed in. He rocked the stage with this. I really enjoyed it. Not familiar with the song. I didn't think he got a good start, but he just built and built and built, and it got so good. Adam said he got better as the performance went on. Blake called his stage presence amazing and noticed that he thrived on stage. Pharrell called the way he sings very unique and asked him to sing a little Stevie Wonder. I'm not sure what the setup or anything was, but how he get background music on his second song? What's going on? Something was going on, okay? But he felt it and he made me feel it. I seriously had chills while he was singing Overjoyed. I mean, just amazing. That should have been his audition song. All the coaches then stood for him, and Evan chose Pharrell because he said he's an incredible producer who mixes different genres. Bryan Bautista was next. He was 23. He did Locked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars. And this is not an easy song to sing, and it's very, very high, right? I tried to do it and I had to take it down like a third or something like that. And I didn't hear the pitch in his voice as he started, and he seemed to be going flat in a lot of places. His presence was okay, but this was not a good song choice for his voice and his range, and he was straining a lot and it showed. No bueno. No coaches turned for him. Adam said it was squirrely. Gwen said it locked in on the chorus. Pharrell told him to sing like it's what he loves to do. But I mean, he just couldn't get this out because it was just too high. People, when you choose a song, you gotta audition. You know you're gonna be nervous to begin with. Choose something where you got some top space. You got some extra room up there to work in case you need it, and he needed it. They showed a clip of him doing the national anthem, just a little bit of the national anthem. He sounded a lot better. He should have done something more in that range. Next we had Emily Ann Roberts. She was 16. She did I Hope You Dance by Womack, and Adam turned before she finished her first verse. I think he heard that she was young with a nice tone. Blake was taking his time listening as she nailed the long note in the chorus. This was pretty good, and it sounded like she had a lot more to offer. She was holding something back, you know. Blake turned also, and Adam stood for her, and Emily chose Blake. Then we had Ellie Lawrence. She was 26. She did We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off by Jermaine Stewart. You guys remember that? We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. No, no, we can dance and party. Hey, listen, don't copyright claim me for this. I just wanted to sing a little bit of it. A lot of people don't remember that song. She chose a really obscure song and slowed down the arrangement. I almost didn't recognize it, but it surely made her voice shine. Adam, Gwen, and Pharrell turned before she hit the chorus, and I liked her very artistic and passionate take on the song, and she was so excited when she finished. She had me excited because she was excited. Adam loved her timing and the way she was dancing around the melody, but he felt she was straining in the higher moments. Pharrell loved the way she used the rasp in her voice and found her style cool, and Ellie chose Gwen. Then we had a little montage. Noah Jackson, Tim Atlas, and Hannah Ashbrook, they all went to TeamGwen, and then there was Natalie Yakavazzi. That's a mouthful right there. Natalie Yakavazzi, she was 28, she did Oh Darling by the Beatles, and I wasn't too sure about her as she began to sing. It was a little shaky, but she got really strong in short order, showing emotion and strength and a nice vocal range of dynamics. The coaches were taking the time listening and no one turned for her, and I was a little surprised, though. I was like, I was on the fence also, so I wasn't, you know, quite sure. Blake said there were incredible parts and parts where she was singing a little sharp. Pharrell told her to sing out of feeling and not thinking, and Gwen called her an amazing singer. Would you guys have turned for her? I still don't know. I'm like still on the fence, right? And last but not least, we had James Dupree. He was 30. He did Let Her Cry by Hootie and the Blowfish. He's already had a record deal with Warner Nashville, and it's no wonder. He has a really pure vocal quality, a good look. Adam, Gwen, and Pharrell turned around immediately, and it looks like this year might definitely be country voice, right? Because there's a lot of country singers coming through, and everybody's trying to get that country singer. I don't know. Whatever. Is a country person going to win this time? We'll see. Blake turned just before he finished the song. Adam stood for him. Pharrell called him a natural and said he has an American appeal. Gwen liked his intent and honesty. Adam said he heard some of James Taylor in his voice, and James chose Adam for his coach because he said he's a unique coach and will pull him out of the box. Hopefully he doesn't pull him too far out of the box because he's a country singer, but we'll see what happens with that. Tell me what you thought of the performances, who was your favorite tonight, and make sure to thumb up the commentary and let me know that you enjoy it. It also lets other people know that we are over here discussing The Voice. Thank you guys so much for your thumbs. Thank you for watching. This is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc.com, and I am out. Peace.